10th anniversary of the Ravens' run to the Super Bowl XLVII title, as they're holding their anniversary festivities this weekend around the Browns game Sunday. Joining us now, another one of my favorite people from that team. This man had a huge interception in the AFC title game. And I want to say he played through like every possible thumb injury that a man could play through during the course of that season. This dude is Dannell Ellerbe, and he's back with us now here on GCR. Dannell, it's Glenn. It's great to catch up with you, bro. Thank you so much for taking a couple of minutes for us.
Man, no problem, man. It's always good talking to you, bro.
Dude, it's so good to hear your voice. Remind me, I remember you playing through some sort of insane injury, like legitimately like a completely broken thumb. Is that correct?
Yeah, I had two casts. I messed up both thumbs.
Dude,
So, yeah.
you were a monster. My God, man. That was the sacrifice. Hey, Dannell, I've been asking everybody we talked to this week. Obviously winning a Super Bowl means a lot in the moment, but reflecting now 10 years later, how has your perspective of that team, that experience, what you guys accomplished, how has it changed? What maybe new context do you have from it 10 years removed than you maybe felt that night in New Orleans?
Just thinking back, like being in the league 9 years and being on different teams, you have a different team every year, different players that come in. A lot of the times, different coaches, different position coaches. It just makes you thankful and grateful because we had great leaders like Ray and Ed that was there, and it was a special team. I mean, it was a special team.
What you were able to accomplish going from undrafted free agent to Super Bowl starter and, later huge money man in the NFL. How did it happen? Like, what were you able to do that separated yourself from so many other guys who have better opportunities that can't live up to it the same way?
I guess since I was undrafted, expectations were low. But my junior year going into my senior year, I had a first round grade. I just got hurt.
Yeah.
So it's like the talent was always there, so that wasn't never an option. So I mean, not getting drafted and being able to choose what team I wanted to go to, I wanted to go to a team known for defense, and I felt like I could learn a lot from Red Head. So I wanted to go there and basically put up and shut up. So it worked out.
You
In
ever
my
think about
favor.
you ever think about how your life could have been different? Like, I don't know where your other offers were that year. Like, do you ever think about how your life might have been different if you had gone somewhere else that maybe had like offered a little bit more money or something like that?
Yeah, I think about it, but I know it's all in God's plan. I made the right choice.
Yeah, that's probably the understatement of the century. By the way, that you made the right choice. Dannell Ellerbe is with us here on GCR. Everybody remembers obviously how the season ended the previous year. When you guys got back together in 2012, did you know? Like, did you have confidence at that point? Like, dude, yeah, we're winning the Super Bowl this season.
That was our goal every season. So just to know that Ray was on the end of his career, and we was planning for that year to be the Super Bowl year, for him to go out on top. So it lit a fire in us. And I mean, I know a lot of guys on the team, if not everybody. We weren't playing for ourselves. We were playing for Ray mostly.
Hmm. How much did that mean to you personally, as someone who had been around him so much? Like, it means a lot to all the guys because this is Ray Lewis that we're talking about. But you personally, like, I know how many conversations we had about Ray over the years. How much more did that mean to you because of the role he had played in your life?
I mean, I was in the meeting rooms with him every day. I worked out with him a couple of times. And I mean, you come into the league with a respect for Ray Lewis. So I mean, and it just so worked out that the year that we won it, I mean, I wasn't playing for myself, but it was my contract year too.
Yeah, that
So
worked out
it
okay.
kind of worked. Yeah, it kind of worked out all right.
Yeah.
But I mean, just not being selfish and being everybody being unselfish and playing for each other and having something bigger than themselves that they're playing for. I felt like it worked out, and you can tell those type of teams when you're on them when the guys are not selfish and the guys are there for the team and for a bigger cause.
I'm still mad about this. There's no chance you remember this, but we were talking right after the Super Bowl, and I told you that we were going to start a petition and a
To keep
movement.
me there.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember that at
Yeah.
all, but we legitimately started. We got all sorts of all these people signed up, and it wasn't like a charity thing. It was we wanted to get you paid, which is the funny part. But yet, so many people went and signed this online petition to keep Dannell Ellerbe in Baltimore, and then I remembered they don't ask me my opinion on their decisions. It's just the way that it goes,
Yeah,
man.
if it would have been close, I would have stayed, but it wasn't close.
I know, man. I
I
understand
had to
that.
make up. I had to make up some of that free agent money.
Right, yeah, because you didn't get, you weren't a first round pick that could get all that money up front. I totally understand, but again, things worked out for you. Okay, you ultimately ended up getting another ring somewhere. Dannell, obviously there was a lot of adversity that year, right? Like, you mentioned Ray, there were injuries that season. He and Terrell Suggs stand out significantly. Then you add in, kind of the disaster of the Houston game and maybe a little bit of back and forth with John Harbaugh after that game about what you guys should be doing in practice. And then the end of the regular season, things looked really bleak at one point. How did you guys do that? How did you handle everything that you went through that year to end up getting it all together in January?
All right, that's just the veteran leadership that we had. And I mean, when you play for the Ravens, it's the Raven way. So we got a lot of dogs on our team. The second team guy could be a starter and go in there and be a starter the rest of the year if you need to be. So I mean, I feel like that year and years before that, like we always had guys that could play. But like I said earlier, having something bigger than yourself that you're playing for that year, and it was kind of like all or nothing because we didn't know how many more years Ray was going to play. So we wanted to get it done. We wanted to get it done for him, and it happened.
Do you remember, because there was a lot made of most of you guys knew, but then there was still a day where he told you and confirmed it. And then obviously there was a day where he told everybody else. Do you remember what the moment was like when you knew for sure, okay, this is it? He used the phrase last ride, obviously. Do you remember what the feeling was like when he made it known to everybody? No, there's no debate. This is definitely it.
Uh, Not really.
Okay.
I don't remember what I felt. But I do know, to see, after he got hurt, the measures that he took to get back. I mean, I was in the training room with him when he was working out. He was hooked up to this machine. It was crazy. It was like shoot electricity through his arm. And I saw him working out with that, and you can hear it popping and stuff. It was like, if he doing all that just to get back so we can win this ship, it ain't nothing that we can't do that's able-bodied to make sure we put ourselves in position for him to come back and, right off into the sunset.
Yeah, that's powerful. That's powerful. What's the moment for you? Everybody thinks about, Jacoby in Denver or just, the confetti falling in New Orleans. But for you in that ride, is there one moment that maybe stands out more to you that you think about a little bit that, might mean more to you than maybe some other people?
It was a certain feeling that I had. I was telling some of the guys and my position coach, I just kept telling that I feel like we was gonna win it. It was a different type of feeling. I can't explain it. It was I can't even explain it. It was like a feeling that it was gonna happen all throughout the playoffs. No matter what, every game I felt it. And I just come whisper something to one of the guys, and so it'll happen. It was kind of like a psychic trip or something like that. I already felt like it was already ours to win, and to see certain plays and certain things play out, it just was surreal to me.
Do you,
it was a feeling throughout the whole playoffs.
Foxborough was such a big deal because of what had happened the year before, right? And I remember the emotion of that, right? I just remember how getting that, exercising those demons. What did that feel like to you guys? What did it feel like to you to be able to make such a big play during the course of that? And did you have that feeling all right, if we did this, there's just forget it. You could put anybody in the Super Bowl. We don't care. This was the one.
Yeah, I felt like our backs was against the wall. We really didn't have anything to lose. So, for me, the year before that, I had a mid-foot sprain during that game, so I couldn't finish it. So that was I got to see something that nobody else got to see there. So when I got hurt in the locker room, they already had it dressed out like we won.
Oh my
I'm sitting
God.
there waiting on the game to end, and I see all the AFC champions and all that stuff all over the locker room. So when we missed a field goal, I swear they took all that stuff down in like 3 minutes.
Oh.
It was like a movie. So I got to sit there and witness all of that.
You and I have never talked about that before. Oh my God,
Yeah,
man. Oh.
yeah.
What it how
So
like
I was
how much did that like
it was
stay
crazy.
with you? Like that's so unique. Like everybody, obviously experienced the two plays, Lee Evans, and I'm not trying to pile on Lee, and the missed field goal, but like that's so unique. Like you literally were watching it be ripped down. How much did that feeling stay with you?
Yeah, that hurt. On top of being like, even if we were to go to the Super Bowl, I wouldn't be able to play that year.
Yeah.
My foot. I thought I had a leg sprain, but thankfully I didn't. But it was crazy just to see it in person. Like, cause usually when we come to the locker room, it's just regular if you lose.
Right.
But I'm in there. It's already set up when I come in there, so it's like okay. We had a chance to win the game, so I'm sitting there watching the game. And I see them start taking it down, breaking down the stage in the locker room and everything. They did it so fast. It was crazy. And then I hear the guys coming in, throwing helmets, mad. It was like I got to soak up all of that. And all that was in the back of my mind going forward into the next year.
Yo, that is, you're gonna like that says a lot. Like, I'm gonna play through some broken thumbs so I never have to experience that again. Like, I never want to feel that feeling. Yo, that is really powerful.
My back was messed up that game. I messed up my back in the Broncos game. And, like, I had to sleep on the floor. I couldn't sleep in the bed. Like, I had a back brace. Like, after every series, I had to put, like, a heating pad on my back. And, just so I could go out there and play the next series. So my back was real messed up. I had to get an epidural shot after the game.
You are such a monster. You're such a monster, bro. That is unbelievable, man. That is so wild. Dannell Ellerbe, just another minute or two with him here on GCR. Dude, I saw you tweet a couple weeks ago about, this weekend coming up and getting to get back with your flock. And I just wonder, like, everybody associates you with Georgia, of course, and with this time here, and starting your career and being around those guys and winning a Super Bowl, what does it mean to you in your life? And why it felt like there was some emotion in that tweet, being back with your flock. Like, what does this place mean to you, and what's it going to mean to be back around the guys this weekend?
I mean, once a Raven, always a Raven. And I started a Raven, so I was able to be around a great organization that is, like, about their business. And when you're there, like, you always hear it while you're there from guys that come in from other places, or some of your friends can go to other places and come back. You talk to them and how different it is, like attention to detail, all the intricate stuff about being a football player and being a businessman. But just going to see it for myself and seeing how different organizations are and how they're ran, and like sometimes you question if they want to win, but at the Ravens, every game we're going in to win. So, I mean, it feels good. And plus, I want to see how some of these old farts age. See who done got fat.
Yeah.
I want to see all that.
Yeah. I don't know. By the way, I'm guessing Burke probably won't be there, but he went the other way, right? Like, he got ripped as hell.
Yeah. He dropped it quick.
Right? It was nuts.
We always had a saying, we got to have skin like an armadillo to be in the defensive meeting room. So I can't wait to see the guys.
Oh, man, there's going to be some ball busting this weekend. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Hey, Dannell, is there anything you're up to these days that we can plug for you? Is there any, like just you're so kind to give your time always, man. Is there something we can plug for you?
I'm good right now, man. I'm just I'm starting back my camp, and I'm getting my foundation started now that I'm not in the league anymore. But I do a football camp every year back home for the kids in my community. It's in July, and I don't remember. I think it's the third weekend this year, but it's usually the second weekend. And I'm looking to bring it down here in Florida too. So I have one in Florida and one in North Carolina every year.
And I know you'll put the info up at Ellerbe59 on Twitter. Man, it was a joy to watch you play, and you know how much I always thought about you personally, bro. Like, you are truly one of the special people that I came across in this city and with this team. My wife talks about you constantly and how nice you were to her during the time that she would come out to those shows we would do together. Dannell, man, appreciate you. Can't wait to see you this weekend. Thank you, as always, taking the time for us.
No problem, man. Appreciate you, man. You always had it down for me.